What is up, Nuggets? It's your boy, Killer Pizza, here with a brand new video for you rascals and rapscallions out there. Now, for today's video, I thought we'd do something kind of fun where I'm going to talk about my top 5 favorite Scream Factory releases. Now, keep in mind that I'm not going to include titles I don't own. These are only things I have physical because there are plenty of titles that came and went before I started recollecting again that are out of print now that I think are really awesome. Most importantly, that complete Halloween collection on Blu-ray, that box set. And to this day, I have all the 4Ks right behind me and all the other blues from different companies to fill out the franchise, except for Halloween Ends because that's a piece of shit movie, but I digress. To this day, I still think about picking up that box set because now that the 4Ks have come out, the box set is actually really cheap. It used to go for like $600 on eBay. Now you can get it for like 100 and something, $200. And I kind of want to get it. That's just the collector in me because that box set with the pumpkin right on the cover, it just would look so beautiful on the shelf. So maybe one day, maybe not. So anyways, let's jump right into this. I tried to be pretty well-rounded in these releases. I try not to pick the obvious, some stuff that meant a lot to me, the movies that I really liked. And the first one I'm going to mention is the new 4K release of Return of the Living Dead. Now, I could easily mention the original Blu-ray release or the Part 2 release from Scream Factory because those two are absolutely beautiful. The slipcovers alone and all the special features. Now, I must note I'm a little biased with this one because this is my number one favorite horror movie of all time, followed by John Carpenter's The Thing and Halloween. Halloween Resurrection. John Carpenter's Halloween, but I'm funny sometimes, or at least I think I am. But anyways, this movie looks absolutely amazing in 4K. Like I said, my favorite horror movie, but what really puts this one over for me is the special features. These are a lot of the same special features that got transferred from the original Blu-ray. Most importantly, the full-length documentary of More Brains, which is worth paying for alone. It absolutely rules. So this one is absolutely amazing. Highly suggest picking it up. Next, we have one I did an unboxing for, which this is one I didn't see for the longest time. I don't know why I didn't see this one growing up. And I picked the 4K Steelbook version of The Fog. Now, there's something about this film to me. A lot of people would say it's not John Carpenter's best or in their top 3 favorites, but for me, it's in my top 3. I absolutely love this one, and there's a lot of good John Carpenter films to pick from. That's my favorite director of all time. There's just something that's atmospheric about this one that feels like a ghost story, like a classic ghost story, and this is a film I could put on in the background like when I'm doing something and not really pay attention. It's kind of like comfort food, like a comfort movie for me. The same could be said about Return of the Living Dead, but I just really like the vibe to this movie and everything. And the artwork on this is really what's putting this one over. How cool is that? Yeah, I just absolutely love this one. Love to death. Doesn't hurt to have Tom Atkins in a movie either. All right, number 3. We have one that I hope doesn't get upgraded to 4K. It's shitty to say that, but it's like enough upgrades. Let me just say that too. Scream Factory, in my opinion, used to be number 1, the best. They were my first favorite once I started recollecting, which I pretty much started recollecting. I have the same story as a lot of people probably. I've collected my whole life, but through moving or certain circumstances, I've lost my collection I built up 2-3 times through my life. And about 4 years ago, I started recollecting and I started discovering all these boutique labels, and Scream Factory was instantly my favorite. But the way they've just been re-releasing all these 4Ks, which is nice for certain films, but I can't be double dipping on all these, and some films can only look so good. I just wish we could get some more original shit. Or a Nightmare on Elm Street box set, you sons of bitches. We were all thinking it. But anyways, number 3 is Creepshow. Now this is an interesting release because it has a hard shell case. This is something they don't do much. I wish they would do more. I can't think of any others besides the Elvira release that has this. And I don't know why they don't do more of this. It's pretty awesome. There's a couple 4Ks that have this actually. I can't think of it. But yeah, we got the movie itself. This is one I grew up on, part 1 and 2. I absolutely love this film. Nice little booklet in here. I like when releases give you a little extra. And that's also a thing. I have a lot of people that tell me all the time, like people I work with or just friends, like, oh, everything streams. We've all heard it if you're a collector. Why get this shit if everything streams? Look how beautiful this thing is, let alone all the special features that come with something like this. I just love the look of Grandpa from Where's My Cake on the back right there. The design of this. Absolutely amazing. We collect this shit, you guys, because it looks awesome. We take pride in the stuff on our shelf, plus all the special features and audio commentary, which is an ongoing theme with all of these releases I'm going to show you. But Creepshow fucking rules. Creepshow 2 gets too much hate. Creepshow 2 is fucking awesome. The Raft is maybe one of the best segments in all Creepshow movies. Fight me. Anyways, this is kind of one. It was hard for me to pick like my fifth film because my number one I haven't showed you guys yet, but I'm gonna throw this one out there. Alone in the Dark. I never seen this movie or even heard of it, and I grew up watching horror movies until this got released. And apparently this was like a hidden gem in horror. It's got Donald Pleasant in it, ton of great people in this movie. And apparently this was like a hidden gem, and I think someone said this didn't get released since VHS or something. It was like the holy grail of lost horror movies, and this is a pretty fun one, and I absolutely love this cover art. Now that I think about it, I got the poster that came with this. I should hang that up because that artwork is absolutely amazing. Pretty much follows a bunch of guys in an insane asylum, and the power goes out in town, and they're able to break out because it's a power-generated like prison or asylum or whatever, which is, you know, fucking smart to do, right? And they go through the town on a rampage, killing everybody, and they go for this new like psychiatrist at the mental institution because their old psychiatrist like left Donald Pleasant, and the new guy took his place, and they took it personally, like he was the reason why their favorite like psychiatrist or whatever doctor got taken away. So they go after him and his family, and they kind of barricade themselves in the house like a zombie flick and have to fight off all these maniacs. I hope I described that well. I kind of want to watch this tonight actually. But yeah, this movie is awesome. I love it. I love Scream Factory 2 with the alternate cover art. I like to throw the original on if you got a slip. But yeah, this movie rules. And last but not least, The Belle of the Ball. You guys knew it had to be this one. This is probably the best release ever put out from Scream Factory, in my opinion. The Friday the 13th box set. This is my pride and joy. This doesn't even go on my shelf. It goes on the very top on display. Just look at this beauty. I mean, come on. And then every one of the movies. And I'm just going to say this about Friday the 13th. If we're talking horror franchises, this is easily the best one of all time. Because a lot of people gripe about Jason Takes Manhattan. They say, oh, Jason takes a boat. Jason takes Vancouver. You know, all these jokes because he's barely in New York City. But you can't tell me the original 8 Friday the 13th movies that were released through Paramount, the original Paramount 8, aren't great. Sure, it might not be everybody's cup of tea because people will say, oh, it's the same formula every time. But guess what, guys? Most subgenre of horror is zombies, slashers, thriller, you know, whatever you want to say. You could argue that for each subgenre in horror. And, you know, if it's not broke, don't fix it. That slasher, I mean, Jason is iconic for a reason. He reinvented the slasher franchise. And with the original 8 alone, this is definitely worth it. Now, Jason Goes to Hell is probably the worst in the whole franchise. Jason X is fun. Has one of the best kills with the face in the frozen dry ice or whatever. Freddy vs. Jason, I get why people don't like it. Sentimental to me. I watched it growing up. I've seen it in theater, and I honestly really like the remake. It's not the best, but it's great. Tons of special features in here. I believe in part 2, yeah, they have extended scenes never released before, showing like the original final girl from part 1 getting killed in a more gruesome way. This was apparently shit that was lost forever, and they discovered like the old VHS tape, and that got on here. There's so many good special features on here. Absolutely amazing. This is the #1 release. Just look at that, guys. It's a fucking thing of beauty. And, you know, guys, I keep missing out. I'm going to look it up because I should be on my shit more. I try to do a Friday the 13th complete ranking every Friday the 13th that comes up. And by the time it comes up, I'm not prepared and I don't have enough time to like get the video together. But this time, if you guys want it, let me know in the comments if you want me to do a complete Friday the 13th franchise ranking. Next Friday the 13th, I'll do it. Pinky swear. Scouts honor. But anyways, those are my top 5 favorite Scream Factory releases. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. What are your favorite Scream Factory releases? Be sure to check out my channel next week. I'm actually going to Astronomicon yesterday by the time this video is released, Saturday. And I'm going to meet some celebrities there. Doug Bradley, a bunch of people, going with some friends of mine. I'm going to try to document and vlog the whole thing. So be sure to check that out next Saturday or Sunday. I'm not sure which day I'm going to put it out, but it'll be out there. And look up the PFC Podcast Network, the Turnbuckle Time Machine Podcast, if you want to hear me and some of my friends talk about all stuff old school wrestling related and whatnot. Like, comment, subscribe, all that lame, stupid ass YouTube jazz. They say, punch that like button. Man, that shit's so stupid. You guys don't have to like, comment, subscribe, any of that. If you guys watch my video, that's enough for me. I appreciate it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Watch some damn good horror movies. Hopefully everybody had a great weekend. Let's get through this damn winter. Just had a damn blizzard out here in Michigan. But other than that, Blood Guts Gore. I'll check you guys next time.